Good morning. We're going to do something a little different today, and we're going to do a live review, a conversation, a chat about last night's Insecure. We're going to talk about it. A little morning conversation. Let's let everyone get into the room. Girl, Nathan do seem like he might be locked up. Good morning. We're just gonna let a couple more people come on in the room. We got our smooth grooves on. Everyone, we're going to have a wonderful, fabulous, and productive week. We're going to achieve our goals and realize our dreams while we're being shady and petty. While we're being shady and petty. Good morning, Carolyn, my favorite chef. All right. So, well, this is my Insecure review. We're going to do a live Insecure review. The video is going to stay up. We are going to talk about it. And, you know, everyone's going to get to share their opinion. Because I feel, oh, I'm sorry you're getting over a bad cold, but I'm glad you're starting to feel better. I feel like Insecure is a conversational show. It doesn't work when I just sit there and tell you what happened. Like, I need to know what you think about what happened. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. So first, I want to get something off my chest. I don't like that Insecure comes on at 10:30. It's too late. Like, they ain't got no nudity. They ain't got no strong sexual situations. Put that shit on at 9. Or honestly, since it's an HBO show and it really doesn't matter about the time slot because people are paying for the content regardless, I want them to release it like they do Power. Put that shit out at midnight. I want to see that shit. Like, that's a Sunday morning show. Insecure is a let me watch this when I have some time. I have a glass of wine. It's like you got to be up all night for that. Like, everything came on tonight on Sunday night rather at 8. So 9 o'clock you were done. I was like, I want to be in the bed. Well, I ended up being on live, but you know. Honestly, Insecure gives me something that you watch early on Sunday morning. Oh, I didn't know you could watch Insecure early on HBO Go or on. Now, I ain't never seen it on demand early. Oh, yeah, I have HBO Go, so I didn't know. Well, I'll do that for the finale. I did not know they were doing that. Okay, so first, Issa obsessing over Nathan. I tell you, that dick must have been good and them kisses must have been sweet. Cause I have not checked my phone for anybody like that in years. I mean, she took it back to your early 20s. We gonna get to Molly in a minute. I feel like Issa took it back to like damn near the teens when like you would really be boy crazy and it would be like, oh my God, he hasn't called me, hasn't texted me, it's been 6 hours, what's going on? And so I kind of, yeah, she was dickmatized, honey, must have been dickmatized. You can't relate to a woman stalking social media because the men that you have don't do social media. Yeah, I haven't stalked anybody like that since I would say I was probably about 23 because I moved to New York when I was 24 and then you no longer had time. Like, the city's too big to care. It sure was. It sure was like that booger sugar, honey, because her nose was wide open. Mr. Telephone Man, there's something wrong with my line. She was 2 seconds away. I mean, like, dropping by the front, like, you know, you can have that moment where it's like, aw, damn, you're not going to call me. I just send you off to the island of lost men. It's like, okay, you know what? It didn't work. Like, I think that is the most beautiful thing about being in your 30s. I guess that is also like the tail end of your 20s where you realize, okay, this is the last time I can pull this, so I'm gonna pull it. Cause that was real desperate. Like, at 35, I could not imagine. I feel honestly grateful. It's like, okay, great. You're not even playing with my emotions. You're not interested and you're expressing it. Wonderful, I can move on. Next. Case closed, next case. Yeah, they're in their late 20s, but the late 20s is a rough time. It's a hard transition to the security and the fucklessness of your 30s. Like, there is nothing like 30, because at 35, you don't give a shit. So Issa's obsessed over Nathan, and it was well done. It was a lot, but we've all had moments where we've been there. Okay, Molly at work. This girl about to have to find herself a new firm. Because she keeps pissing everybody off. She done pissed the men off. Then she decided to do the meeting by herself with Torian. And now Torian mad at her. So I think Molly might end up having to find a new firm. And, you know, she's talented, but her desire to be a star is really stunting her social skills. Well, there's what are you supposed to have? What do you really want? We're talking about Insecure. Oh, God, I hope Molly and Torian don't have sex. I don't want to see, I don't want I think Molly's smart enough not to fuck up the workplace. I think Molly, like Kelly, is very serious about her coin. Molly likes her high-end life. She ain't trying to slum it with Issa. Good morning, Sam. You used to be Molly, so you understand her frame of mind, and you think she will get it together. I think at the end of the series, they'll all somewhat have it together. Torian was doing the same thing, but Torian isn't new. And also, well, you have a point. You have a point. She might just have to come in and throw her weight around, but you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Like, she's walking into something that's already a standing field of play, and now she's changing things up. It could work out for her. It might shoot her in the foot, because you also don't want to have a bunch of enemies in your office. So I guess we'll just have to see how that plays out. Now, Molly and Asian Bae, Molly did the same thing she always does. She fucks it up. She takes things too serious, and nobody can tell her anything, and nobody can joke around with her. And, you know, she lost another cute guy. He seemed really nice, and he has his shit together. If he's free on Saturday, I'll be happy to go to dinner with him. Molly is going to have to learn how to really open up on a first date and be like, okay, everything that they say isn't disrespect. Every joke isn't like a real dig into me. They're just trying to, you know, make it light and funny. Or if somebody call you out, somebody call you out. Do I think all the characters make the dumbest decisions more so than other seasons? I feel like Issa made smart decisions in her career. Like, she was miserable at that job, and now she's out here finding her way. I feel like Molly is killing it, but she's got to figure out how to kill it and still be friends with people. So I feel like they're not making the worst decisions, but they're definitely not making the best. They're still very quote-unquote insecure. Molly is not over Dro at all. At all. And that said, I'm not interested in nobody's husband. All right, so now we have to go on and mention Issa and Lawrence reconnecting at that dinner. You know, Lawrence gave her that business class to go to, and she meets him after work, and they go out again, and I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if it's now we've gotten our own lives together so we can come back and have a more happy union. Coffee. Or if it's I'm going back to something comfortable and familiar. A lot of people aren't here for Issa and Lawrence. I noticed that. It's so funny. It's like 1 minute, everybody wanted Lawrence back. The Lawrence Hive. There was a petition. Now it's fuck Lawrence. Get the hell out. Get the hell on. Issa and Lawrence can never just be friends. I'm sorry. I don't. Chad was a fool at church. I want Chad to turn gay. I think Chad needs to come out as a gay man, and I can be his boyfriend on the show and in real life, and that I like that plot line. I like that. That's what I want. Nobody is okay. Honey Amore is here for it. I just feel like that's really what he needs. Lawrence is not a scrub. Lawrence is many things, but he is not a scrub. Lawrence, you know, he had a moment of self-doubt. He had some time of self-pity. He was going through, but he came out of it. So no, that's not a scrub. And hell, if Issa hadn't cheated, they would have been together. She would have been here for the good Lawrence. Issa needs to go by herself and grow. I don't know if that we're dependent on people. I think it's just that human beings want love. We want relationships. We want to be happy. And when you are happy, you want to be happy with someone. That's human nature. I don't think that's dependence. And I think men are just the same. I would say our society doesn't put a lens on how men look for relationships, but believe me, men, gay and straight, don't want to be alone either. When Chad cried in church, I almost peed. Yeah, he funny. Scrub he's making his dreams come true. But honey, if you think he is scrubbed, then he is scrubbed to you. Yeah, I do think that. Well, wait, we have to think about it in terms of the show's timeline. So I think Lawrence and Issa, in terms of the show's timeline, probably had been away from each other for about 6 to 8 months. Because remember, Issa was with Lawrence, then she moved into this apartment, then they went to Coachella. They don't do the best job of really showing you the timeline. So it seems like, oh, he just came back. But I think in the way of the show, he actually didn't just come back. It had been some time. Chad is a whole entire mess. I agree. Eden said scrubs need to work as they dream. Well, I'm on here putting my hours in, so I don't know if that makes me a scrub or not, but I just hope if I am a scrub, I'm one of those nice sponges with, you know, the two-tone layers. Okay. Issa's block party. Do we think the season is going to end with it? A grinding biffa. Sure am. I would like season 3 to end with Issa's block party. Well, I think that they can play with time. It is a TV show. Or maybe that will be a continuing storyline for the next season, since they've already been renewed. But I'm definitely looking forward to the block party. I think they need to have an extra long episode for that so we can enjoy a few musical guests. Because the show is definitely famous for its soundtrack. I know people who haven't seen the show yet, but they love the soundtrack playlist. I'm absolutely right about men not wanting to be alone. You've noticed within the past 10 years, men have tried to get into committed relationships by the time they're 35. Who wants to be alone? I mean, some people want to be alone, and I respect that. And then there are times in your life where you're like, I don't want to date nobody right now. I want to be with me. But no, people want to be together. That's why marriage is such a business. Oh, the end episode is only 30 minutes. I think that they accomplish so much in 30 minutes. They move the story along so much in 30 minutes. I can't be mad. Like, I'm mad, like, right when I get into the show, it's over. But I also feel like that keeps the show genius. That keeps the show perfect. Every line, every word, every movement is choreographed to perfection. So that's how I feel about Pose 2. Exactly. There's no drag time. Every minute is gold. Every second is worth your attention. That new church girl is thirsty. Yeah, after Lawrence's experience with the burning bush. Lawrence had that burning bush. He took it as a sign to get holy. Burning bush. You think the city's gonna, oh, now I could see that. I could see Issa trying to do the block party, you know, on the QT, and then it being just comedy ensues where this gets shut down, that goes wrong. The Mel Experience said, I've been saying femininity randomly all day. I'm giving you femininity. Jill, you bring up a great point. Maybe Nathan stole her idea and will do the block party himself, because there is something grimy about Nathan. There's something, I can't quite put my finger on it, but if I could, I would have to wash it. Happy birthday! Well, I'm glad you're starting your birthday with me. Molly and her constant, I think Molly thinks she's protecting herself, but she's really self-sabotaging. I think that's why she's doing it. She thinks she's being strong and asserting herself when she's really just messing herself up. Let's see. So what do you want from the season finale? Molly is going to have to realize what she's doing and how it's hurting her in order for her to find a successful relationship. Phyllis. First of all, I love the name Phyllis. You don't hear it enough anymore. It's very classy. But Phyllis, I love your point. She does the most at work and then acts hurt when people shade her. And it's like, look, if you gonna be that girl, if you gonna go and take the case and you're like, look, I'm stealing your shine, you can't be mad when somebody's like, you stole my shine. Molly does need to have a realization and a come to Jesus moment about herself. And Issa tried to tell her about herself, but she didn't listen. You don't think there's a meaningful reason for Nathan to ghost Issa, mainstream beauty? You know, it could be, you could be right. It could be one of those relationships in life that's just what happens. Like, it just ends. And you need to just take from it what you got. I agree with that. She's just jealous of her secretary because her secretary has a man and she doesn't. Molly will stab anyone and everyone in the back to get to the top. And if you want to get to the top, that's a way to get there. There are other ways, nicer ways, better ways, but Molly feels that doing that makes her strong. Kelly's my fave too. There's a difference between not wanting to be alone and learning how to be with someone. Because you can not want to be alone, but if you don't know how to be with somebody, you still gonna be alone. Being with someone is a constant compromise. Unless, of course, you have a lot of money. And even if you have a lot of money, it's still a constant compromise. Exactly. The neck you step on could be the ass you have to kiss later. Demi's World says, I want to see the block party become a place where everyone collides and makes decisions about their situations. Kelly can be the comedy relief. Demi's World, excellent assessment. Yep, Tierra said it. You have to learn to love yourself first, then learn how to heal yourself. And once you've accomplished that, then you can fuck with somebody else. Ooh, oh my gosh, Valley of the Dolls has a beautiful quote about what you just said, the Mel experience, about Molly not knowing what to do when she gets to the top. You've got to climb Mount Everest to reach the Valley of the Dolls. It's a brutal climb to reach that peak. But when you get there, the rush of exhilaration doesn't come. Instead, it's loneliness. And the feeling of loneliness is overpowering. And that's the truth. Because when you're at the top, there's no one there but you. So you better have created friends and family along the way. Or you're just going to be on top of a pile of loneliness. You don't want Issa and Lawrence to get back together just yet. You want Issa to tell Nathan off and go on with her aspirations. Okay. Oh, God. When he said a married man led you on. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's the thing. You can't walk around saying that shit as an adult. A married man led me on. Excuse me? Do you know what you sound like? Do you hear yourself in this moment? I am not here to give advice. I don't give anybody advice. Like, there's a few things I can give you advice on. Value yourself, and if you have an issue, call the appropriate number to get professional help. I believe in professional help. I don't want you coming to me for your problems, because I can't help you. I can barely help myself. Please. I am still in school. I got homework to do. No, soon to be married, the problem is people will still email me with their serious issues. And I don't want those emails. I remember when It's Rocks did Roxicology, and she would talk about some of the emails she got. And I was like, that's too serious. That's too deep for me. Exactly. Giving advice is a lot of responsibility. Responsibility. And I'm irresponsible. This is a comedy channel. I'll tell you how to cuss somebody out. If you want to know how to cuss somebody out, send me their picture and I'll help you. I'll help you out. Other than that, I'm going to leave the advice alone. Hello, Los Angeles. No, I wouldn't want to say something wrong and give someone bad guidance. And also, honestly, I don't want to open up a letter and take in someone's pain. I'm not built for that. That's not what I do. That's not what I'm going to school for. That's not my bag. That's not my zhuzh. It would be too much. Ashley B said, I got a few pics to send you. Oh, you're in the UK? Well, you're welcome for the mid-afternoon giggles. Oh God, I don't know what I want for Issa and Lawrence. Part of me wants them to get back together because it seemed like what the audience wanted. Now we don't know. Deirdre said, I have a trapper keeper of less ass bitches. Shout out to trapper keepers. Shout out to Lisa Frank. Mainstream Beauty says, I like how self-aware you are and my integrity. It comes from a life full of mistakes. It comes from being humble. It comes from falling down the stairs of life. When you know, on your way down and you hit that first landing and you realize you got another couple flights to go, you learn something. You learn something. Issa and Lawrence to fall apart and get back together. The grass isn't always greener. I mean, hell, I learned with the YouTube drama. Do I want to do this? Is this the hill I want to die on? No. Is this what I want to devote my time and energy to? No. I have better things to do. Sometimes you got to realize you got better shit to do. Exactly. You learn, recalibrate, and adjust. Well, I'm glad you enjoy my lives. I always feel bad because I feel like there's so much dead air because I'm reading the comments. Oh God, not Jasmine Guy tease. She aged like a peach. I wouldn't wish Jasmine Guy's aging on anyone. I want more of Kelly's storyline and background as well. I want all the friends to really have a moment. Like, the friends this year, they didn't get enough shine. They did, you know, that whole rumor with, like, what was going on with the pregnant heifer and her husband seems sus. I want them to flush that out. Exactly. I want to know if the husband gay. Because they give me bisexual open marriage tease. Ain't nothing wrong with it. If that's how you want to live your life, feel free. It would be interesting if somebody was open enough to talk about it, especially since it's a scripted show, so these ain't these people's real lives. Why was Molly so pressed about Dro? She really liked him. I agree with Lisa. I think that she really liked Dro. I want to learn more about Kelly, and I do think Nathan got some shit with him. I don't know where he is, but he got some shit with him, and I want to find out about it. And I don't know if I think we may never know. I don't know, because I thought we would never know with Lawrence. I thought they were just going to be that show that's like, look, we're going to have a storyline, and like in real life, we're going to drop it. And I was honestly looking forward to that. I want a show that does that, and maybe that's what my show will do. Because on my show, honey, we gonna drop plot lines. People will drop out of your life like they drop out of your life in real life. I want a show where that happens, where people just up and move, where people go, where you never see them again and you never know what happens, and you're left with questions like in reality. And the show always feels like they gotta tie shit up. No, you don't. Leave it loose. Let us wonder. I don't think it was brave and big of me. It's what humans have been doing since the beginning of time. Honey, presidents have apologized, senators have apologized, royalty has apologized. I ain't nobody. It's a part of life. It's all a part of life. The Office was good for dropping people like that. They would bring somebody in and pull somebody out. Let's see if there's anything else. What did we think about the season as a whole? They were going to end up in jail being naked in people's pool. I agree, the Asian dude is very sexy. The episodes in the season are always short, though. It's interesting. A lot of people really do think this season was slow. I thought it was on par. It's going to be over next week. You liked how it started out with Molly seeming like she had changed, but it turned out she was still the same. But Black Ink is on for 48 weeks. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh my God. Oh, soon to be married, you said a mouth. And hell, we got a year of Love and Hip Hop. The Love and Hip Hop is like the British Empire. The sun don't set on Love and Hip Hop. Black Ink is on for 48 weeks. And it is. It is. Oh, God. We are really going to have to deal with Black Ink for the next, like... It ain't going to go off until summer when Chicago come back. I don't enjoy Sky at all. I used to like her, and I don't enjoy her anymore. You know, I have not seen Forrest Bussy, but the fact that I tell you they production. This is why I will never go on a reality show like that, because I don't know who sent that video in. I don't know what his name was, but I have never seen or heard of a woman wanting to look at a man's undercarriage. Like, that's not the view for y'all. I've actually heard how much women don't like the view from the undercarriage. Women ain't trying to eat ass or see assholes, which is why Cordell Stewart's booty toot video was so sus. And now 4 is out here doing the same shit. I mean, it wasn't a booty toot, but he really was like, I'm taking the phone right to the undercarriage. Like, again, like, I was looking at the video and I couldn't see if his cheek was spread or not. But, like, it's just a second away from a cheek spread. Sassy was fired. Sassy was fired. Oh, Alex had been fired. Booty Toot Stewart. Unless you're Gabrielle Union or Faith. I still don't think that even women who eat the booty are like, you know what? Make sure you send me a picture of your pinkest part. I don't see them doing that. If they gonna eat it, they gonna eat it. But I don't see them wanting to, you know, look at the meal before digestion. Booty Toot Stewart. Is Basketball Wives over? I don't know. It's over for this season, but they're gonna bring it back. Wonder Woman said pinkest parts, ... It was seconds away from a cheek spread. When did eating the undercarriage... When did eating the undercarriage become a thing? I don't know. Honestly, the gooch has been on the menu for a minute. I could tell you stories, but I don't put my business in the street, so we'll never have that conversation. But just trust and believe. Ooh, Asian Bay did say both of Molly's personalities were fucked up. And that's a fact. I didn't see the uncensored video. I only saw the blurred video. But on the blurred video, you can see he took that phone right to the undercarriage. Honey, Rockstar isn't suspect. He's a convicted felon. I mean, Rockstar being taint this early in the morning. Well, the subject came up. You know what, Black Tea Bunny, as someone who has balls, you don't have to put the phone through your ass to show them. Like, he had the phone in front of his penis. All you gotta do is lift it up. If it's erect, it should already be up. The undercarriage is like from the asshole to the underside of the balls. Can we talk about how Issa thought she was his password, but he wasn't even texting her back? Ooh, that's a fact. That's a fact. Because if they asked him where Nate was, they would have looked desperate. I mean, they already looked desperate, but they thought they was slick. They thought wrong, but they thought they was slick. That's what I call it, the undercarriage. Ooh, she was trying to be significant. And that's the thing. You're in love until you aren't. You're in a relationship until it's over. You're happy until you're not. Ain't nobody trying to look at the undercarriage or the horse coming down the road, Wonder Woman. Leaving a note on Nate's bed would have been stalker. Showing up was stalker, but leaving a note on the bed would have been too much. Rockstar and A1 been bumping Bus. That's the gag. And it is the gag. A1 the one who pregnant. He carrying low and in front. No, Issa shouldn't have gone. Issa should have taken it on the chin and been like, you know what? If he's not messaging me, let me get on the apps and find somebody new. Phyllis said, I have never wanted to see a taint ever. For what purpose? I guess we're going to have to ask For and whoever he sent that message to. And that's why For wasn't going to tell nobody who he sent that message to, because his name was Arnold. Or possibly Van. I bet you he was sending that picture to Van. Okay, well, if Nate hasn't ghosted her, then what has he done? Van, honey, Van. Well, I feel like we have all had moments where we go out of our way for somebody and we make ourselves look foolish. And the show is portraying that. It was honest. Issa got to check lockup. No, if he was in jail, I think the roommate would have mentioned it. So I don't think he's in jail. And remember, he gave somebody a haircut because Issa saw that on her Instagram. So no, so Issa, he's out. Nathan is free. He just ain't talking to her. And he ain't posting from prison. You know, maybe they should have gone to... No, because he's a traveling barber, remember? He's not in the chair. He wants a life where he's free to roam wherever he wants to roam. Honey, I think Nathan is community dick. I think if I wanted Nathan in this iteration, he and I could have a moment in my bed where he's looking at me with those beautiful eyes asking, so how do you know when it's real? He give me that tease. Exactly. When you open it up too much and you willing to bust it wide too quick, that means it ain't for keeps. No, he's not humping for homes because remember, he lived with the cute Asian guy in Burbank and they actually had a nice apartment. No, he ain't a hobosexual. He had a home to go to. He took his ass right back to Burbank. So it wasn't that kind of a steez because one, I don't want to put that on him. And then also I don't want to put that on Issa. Like, Issa's not that stupid. No, I just put on the music because I like the music. You're like, oh no, is the live ending? He might have realized that he moved here to focus and she's a distraction. I don't know. I guess we're gonna see what happens on the last episode. Nathan caught feelings and backed away. I don't know if he caught feelings and backed away or if he realized I don't have these feelings for her and I am gonna back away. I don't think Issa was doing too much. I think that sometimes in relationships, it's like, okay, it was a great 5 weeks, but after 5 weeks, it's like, the magic isn't there, the spark isn't there, and one person is happy and one person isn't. And I do think that Nathan has a separate life, but I also feel like shit just doesn't always work out. Y'all think he was being nice until the Lyft investigation was over. No. I don't think it was her pussy was uninspiring. I think it just wasn't working. I think the season being so short keeps it so good. We are not going to get surprise episodes. Don't even put that out in the atmosphere. That's like saying Destiny's Child's going to get back together with all 5 members. You saw how hobo-ish Latavia looked. There is never going to be a reunion. I agree. She's not used to untied dick and really being out there in the dating game. It was hobo-ish. Hobo tease. Hobo tease. All right. Well, I am going to end this and I will see you all soon. My Married to Medicine and 911 reviews are up. I will probably pop in on live later, but I need to have something to eat. So I'll see you soon.